Forces unite, everybody. We've got some great organizations coming together, businesses, charities, working together to support our community. Stay tuned for this one. Welcome, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show, highlighting the leaders, the organizations, the charities that are making an impact in our community. And this one's another special show. The first show, if you missed it, check it out. Made a huge announcement. Great partnership between a couple of great organizations here. And now we've got the leaders from each organization in the building here to talk about it. Charlie Metzner with the St. Louis Hero Network and Cesar Enrique with IE Roof Construction. Did I say that all right? That's a mouthful, but
Carter, thanks for having us, and it's great to be here with Cesar.
Yes, man. I mean, this is really cool when organizations. I mean, gosh, Charlie's worked really hard to build. I think it's the large. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but the largest organization of its kind in this region.
No, there's nothing like what we do anywhere in the country. Because when you start something new, it's easier to look at a blueprint of something somebody else did similar, right? Couldn't find a thing. It's some things similar as far as pertaining to veterans, but nothing for first responders and veterans.
Well, we had the opportunity to help facilitate the announcement here. So on the wall you see behind me, Cesar and his team, business developer Vincent was just in here and just on our last show. If you missed that first show, we talked about it, made the official announcement, and it is really exciting to see the support that Cesar's decided to dedicate to Charlie's organization. And if you guys know my story, if you look close, you can see on my head there's a scar. It starts right here, and it goes all the way over to here. But I was hit by a drunk driver, was in a coma, and the first responders are the guys that came there and saved my life, and saved three of us out of that accident. One of them, one of our buddies, Jimmy Barnes, one of us didn't make it, but boy, he put up a battle. Back then, they didn't have the technology or at the time, the strategy to cut and release the pressure on the brain and to take a saw and open it up. So Jimmy, his brain swelled, and he's up in heaven right now. But the rest of us made it for a reason, and that's because we're here for a reason. Jimmy did his work and gets to go up. But Cesar, what's it like backing such an awesome organization that helps you to show your commitment to community?
It's amazing. We're very excited, and this is it means a lot to us. We want to make sure once again that we give back to the community, and we want to make sure that we pick the right partnership. And Charlie, with the St. Louis Hero Network is the decision we made, and we're happy and we're blessed to be part of it.
Charlie, what's it like having the support? I mean, when you've got businesses, you've got a number of events always going year-round, golf tournaments. I've been to some of these. How's it make you feel to get this kind of support from?
I mean, words can't express how much the support from our community and local businesses like Cesar at INE Construction that supports what we're doing. I mean, we run the gamut as far as supporting first responder and veteran families. I think it goes back to our mission. We originally started out, wanting to just connect our first responders and veterans locally here to our community, and in turn allow our community to support them and their families.
Well, again, this is the kind of relationships we like to demonstrate, and just to be able to make this announcement, we appreciate you guys allowing us to make that announcement here on our show, because when the community comes together with the support that you guys are putting into this, this is where the rubber hits the road, if you will, to make, like I said, my mom loves the fact that we're supporting small businesses. And when we support those small businesses, those are the ones who get to put together. That's where the money gets generated, right? You got the consumer who needs a product. The product is provided for a business, and the business then can decide who they want to give back to and who they want to contribute to. And you've decided to partner up with Charlie and his organization. Well said. Well done. Good work. We appreciate that. Charlie, let's talk a little bit about your organization. How long ago was it that you guys started? What led you to this? I mean, you've got a history of the family, Dad.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the seed was planted early in life, what I want to do with my life. So, I became a firefighter in 2006 at the St. Louis Fire Department. I'm currently got promoted to fire captain earlier this month. My dad was a fire captain in the city. My uncle was a head of homicide. My biological dad was FBI, St. Louis City Police as well. So the seed was, like I said, the seed was planted early in life of what I want to do in my life. And once I hit about 11 years in the fire service, I was looking for, find that next level, how to help my community and, seek ways of serving my community. And this was the answer. So in 2018, January 2018, 3 firefighters, city firefighters sat down, said, let's create something new, something great that's going to support first responders and veterans, and, give the community an amazing resource, which is the marketplace at stlheronetwork.com, where you can find, the ways that we're supporting first responders. So, 2 of the other founders were military veterans. So one was a Marine, one is still an active Air Force veteran. So now we have a board of 17, well prominent business owners and local figures in our community. So we've grown from a board of 3 to a board of 17 in the last 7 years.
Here we go. Well, when you're organizing groups like you are, or people like you are for your organization, there's a lot of support that needs to come together for that. But do you do events year round? You've got a couple events coming up. We've got one on the wall up here. The St. Louis Hero Network's post here. Sponsorships open. Bourbon and badges. Tell me a little bit about that and why that one's become important to you.
Bourbon for badges. This is 6th annual. We sold out the last 5, so I plan on selling this one out as well. This year, our presenting sponsors, PNB Bank, we really wanted to give them a shout out. We also have many other grand sponsors and other sponsors that are helping us put this together. But our mission this year is to raise money for the St. Louis Blues Warriors veterans. It's an organization that helps veterans, get into hockey and participate in hockey, especially ones with PTSD. And the other one is a smaller group. It's the St. Louis Fire Department Local 73 Women's Auxiliary. The reason why we're doing something for them is most of the time when we raise money, we pick different beneficiaries every year for the Bourbon for Badges. But most of the time we pick organizations that been there for us. So we're going to show up for people who show up for us. So the Women's Auxiliary has always been strong advocates for us, always showing up to volunteer, always doing stuff for us. The past recipients like the fire and police pipes and drums, they're going to be there playing that night. Who do you think was a beneficiary last year?
Tell us.
Well, the police and fire, pipes and drums.
Right.
So we're going to show up for those people that show up for us. There's not big fundraisers. There's no one handing those people who volunteer their time to give reverence at Guns and Hoses and Backstoppers events and events like ours to show up and volunteer and play the pipes and drums that no one else can perform that stuff. So they need money for uniforms, equipment, travel. That's just one example.
Cesar, you've decided to put your support behind these guys. Do you like the message here? Do you like what they're doing? Obviously, you are. Tell us why you like it.
I love it. I mean, that's why I'm part of it. It's just like I say. You give back to the community give back to you. I want to make sure that first responders. It means a lot to me. They're out there every day, working, helping us. Fires happen. Situations happen, and those are the people you can count on.
Yes, and it makes it so that you have a platform somewhere where you can provide the services you do because you've got the backing. I can imagine. Has there ever been a time when you were working on somebody's house and you had to call the fire or police to come out? Thank goodness no.
Thank goodness no. But,
no emergencies. That's great.
But if we have to, we have the support.
Yeah, it's nice to know that they're there in case there is an issue. I mean, I can only imagine what would it be like if there was no police, if there was no fire, if there was nobody there, the EMT guys putting their lives on the line. Gosh, it'd be a little bit of a scary world, a little planet, but the organizations we've got to support that, and Charlie with STL Hero Network doing a great job to support what we've got there. Let's talk a little bit more about your business and what is it? Why do you? And this my next question comes from this. Why do you like the St. Louis community, and what is it here that you enjoy about providing for homeowners here in the St. Louis area?
I mean, in my business, it's always been about my father brought me up where he's like, it's just not about having a business and just pulling money for yourself. yeah, you got to be in business, but you got to give back to the community. You got to make sure that, you know, we donate a roof every year to someone that needs a roof, that can't afford it. Because when I started my business, I started there, you know, I didn't have anything. You know, it's hard. It's a hard struggle, you know, to get through there and grow your business and have somebody to support you. You know, we look for those stories where it's like, you know, so-and-so, the roofing company drove in from Texas and just disappeared and left them with no money to do their roof. You know, those are the things that, you know, I want to make sure that all of our customers get taken care of, get the right roof, but they're not left high and dry. You know, I've seen stories and it's like, how can I help? You know, we do a lot of stuff with, you know, for Christmas, we do donations for Christmas. You know, we always want to be the company that gives back to the community. It's just not about receive. We receive, but we also got to give back to it.
That's the kind of the way it works. If you're not giving back, then it will not last very long. With that, can you give me an example of a time when you had somebody that you knew was in a tough situation and you knew that they may not have been able to afford it, or maybe they had a contractor that disappeared on them, but you came through for them?
Well, we had one. I mean, what was it? It was I think it was a couple of years ago. We were with Jim Joyner. We donated a roof to a first responder that was can't remember his name. Long story short, we donated a roof to their family because their roof was in bad shape, and it was a case. It was like 2 years ago. We spoke to Jim Joyner, and we basically donated a roof to the family, to the fallen officer that had passed away. It was an accident that happened on the highway where he got ran over, and we basically,
oh wow,
after a couple of weeks of that happening, you know, we jumped in and we donated them a roof. Reason being is because, you know, through tough times, difficult things going on, we want to make sure how can we elevate that person to make sure, hey, we're here to help.
Was that Nate Spees?
Do you remember the name?
He was a black officer.
Oh.
Hit by the Hispanic guy on the highway.
Yeah. T.J. Brown?
Smith.
But that's a pretty terrible accident, and so then they could no longer provide, and they needed a new roof, and you came through and said,
yeah, we heard about it, and it's like, well, how can we help? You know, if there's nothing we can't do, well, how can we help? And they needed a roof, so we said, hey, here we are to help. You know, we want to make sure we can help wherever we can. You know, all the time we sometimes we can't, but we want to make sure if something comes up and they can call us.
get it done. Tell me then, what's one of the challenges you've overcome as a business owner? Business is challenging in itself, but something that you learned from that made you stronger, and obviously you're still here. But we like to share.
The biggest thing is, you know, having the right people in your team, having the right employees, and having systems and processes to make sure you can deliver the right product. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, it's business is hard, but you got to have systems and processes in place and the right people in the team to grow the business and have the vision you have as a business owner. And the team I have right now, we all have the vision, and we're going the same route to make sure our customers are taken care of, and we're all growing together and elevating together.
Well said, and that's building that team is so important. Charlie, I'll ask you, what's it been like for you running your organization, starting an organization from scratch now, 30-something thousand people that follow you on social media, making an impact?
It's been a journey. I've been at it for 7.5 years. You know, we've had no salaries, we had no payrolls. It's been a labor of love, but like I said, it's addictive. Like Brian McKenna said something to me once, and I've used this before. He goes, helping others and making an impact in other people's lives is like cocaine. That's what he said. It's a high and it's a drug and it's addictive. So when you win, and you win anything. So say Cesar, you know, get away from, you know, the support that he gives, you know, first responders and us. Say if he, you know, hits his record goal for that month, you know what I mean? He record-breaking, you know, sales numbers for that week or that month. That's the same feeling. It's a feeling of winning. Or if you're at the casino, it's a feeling of winning. So when you help other people, and I'm sure he feels the same way, when you help other people and make a difference in other people's life, that feeling of winning is like a drug. It's addictive, and you get addicted to it. So it's been no hardship on me to continue to do this for our community and our first responders and veterans.
Well, it makes sense. And if you're looking for that way to get that rush, do it the best way where you're helping other people and contributing to an organization. But it is, yeah, I'll never forget a few times when I was selected to be the MC for a charitable event down at Busch Stadium or on the field at Busch. And here I am volunteering my time, but then see what they did to highlight this charity and the spotlight that was put on them made me feel really good. And when you're helping other people, things tend to go your way on this little planet too. Well, with that, we've got a little small community piece here we're going to put out to show everybody a little bit more fun down at Busch Stadium, because that's where we enjoy a lot of our time. But check this out, and we'll be back here in a second. Hey, everybody. Guess what? We get to have fun all the time at the Cardinal games. Before the game, we get to hang out with fun super fans. Say hello to my buddy Nino over here, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie. That's right. Everybody's in the video here. Family coming out to the game. Nino, what do you love about going to Cardinal games?
You love baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves baseball. Hey, all right. Scoring points with the Cardinal Cowboy.
Yeah, he plays Miracle League baseball.
Do you really?
And he likes to be on the Cardinals team at home.
Yeah.
Wow, Nino, how many times have you been on that team? How many times have you done that?
A lot.
That's a good answer. All right. Dad, what's it like coming to the Cardinal games with your son and your wife and all the fun you get to have down here?
Oh, it's the most fun. I mean, we've been coming since Old Busch. You know, now we've got New Busch Stadium. It's the best baseball town, and it's the most fun. You know, it's fun before the game. The games are always great, and we love it.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking time here. We're at Patios, everybody. This is where the most fun is. I get to wear the full outfit here. I got the pants, the socks, the arch, Nino, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie all here, and we're outside Patios having fun. Hey, say hi to Patios. Stop on by here before a Cardinal game, and we'll see you guys soon. Nino, give me some knuckles. There we go. Go Cardinals. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show. And there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of fun. We get to engage in our communities, sitting down with leaders, making it happen. But if you'd like to learn more about how to magnetize your media, pick up our book here, everybody. Yours truly wrote the foreword here. This is about how to magnetize your media. It's the #1 seller on Amazon and talks about how you can, how many people have one of these in their pocket, or maybe two. So I had a gal the other day had 3 phones, but you got to film with one and answer with the other. Don't want to miss any communications with people. But the whole world now, social media. I was just pulling up your guys' Facebook page again. We went to some of the events that you had there. But Charlie, has media changed the way you do things now? How you communicate, how you get the word out?
I've probably been on radio or TV 60, 70, 80 times over the last, because we're always doing something unique in the community that people are interested in. It's not like trivia nights or, like bingos and stuff like that. We're always like doing these campaigns. Like recently we raised $200,000 to refurnish the entire St. Louis Fire Department. I mean, that's a very novel, unique thing to do because, these county departments have, they're part of fire districts and all that stuff gets paid for. We're dragging stuff, jokingly, kind of, dragging stuff out of the alleys of, couches and chairs to sit on. So I was just like, man, we got to, I got to do something.
Well, yeah, give back. It makes the world go round. Cesar, tell me how media has affected the way you do things, too. And drones and all that stuff, and Eagle View, or
we have a great videographer, Wesley. He does all of our content, and we've done a lot of stuff with that. We've done a lot of stuff with Sue Allers Bar and Grill. We do a lot of collaborations together, and not just shine my business, but I want to shine other people we do business with, or we help the community together with. So it's just. I would strongly tell people, that's social media is where it's at, and also if you're doing it, partner up with other companies to elevate them, help them out.
Yes, spread the word. Do what's right to communicate what's going on with other people so they can share what they're doing to contribute to this little planet. Well, by now we're also here trying to help support Cesar's business here, and so tell me the process, Cesar. If somebody does say, I need a roof, I need some construction done, what's the process for somebody to hire you?
So the process is usually customers reach out to the office. They give us a call to the phone number 314-274-8818. And they call us. We set up an inspection. Most of the time with all the storms we had in St. Louis right now, as you know, we've been hit with storm after storm. We would go out there, give you a roof inspection. We go out there, we do a 360 all around the house, check your windows, check your metals, check your roof. If the roof qualifies for a claim, we'll help you with the claim process with the insurance. Also, it can be stressful and hectic sometimes because you have to deal with the insurance. We help you with that process. We make sure that everything is streamlined. The insurance knows exactly what's damaged and what's not damaged to get you your roof replaced to the right way, such as code ordinance, make sure we're building it right.
Do this job right. It's important for these family owners, homeowners. Charlie, somebody wants to support your organization. What's the way to get involved with you guys?
Well, you can go and donate. The simplest way is to donate at stlheronetwork.com. But also you can be a community sponsor. So we're looking for any businesses who want to help support our first responders and our local veterans by supporting the St. Louis Hero Network and all the things that we do for their businesses, for their families, and we've raised over $2 million for first responder and veteran families over the last 7 years in their darkest times.
Wow.
So what we have going on right now is the St. Louis Hero Network's 6th annual Bourbon for Badges. We'd love for you to come out. We have a crazy amount of bourbon. We probably have, I would say, 20-something distillers going to be there. We're trying to introduce some wine and beer tasting as well. Like I said, it's sold out the last 5 years at Tapawingo February 27th at 5 o'clock at in the clubhouse there. Bacardi's have great food, and we want to thank again our big presenting sponsor, P&B.
There we go. Lots going on here that you can do to support these organizations who are putting it together for us in our community. You got to have these kinds of things going on. You got to have this kind of support. Cesar, what's the biggest question people have when you're getting ready to work with somebody and they say, "Okay, I think I want to get this done, but what is the question that people have for you?"
Well, most of the people, I mean, some people are new to being new homeowners. They don't know the process to the insurance. We get that thrown out there a lot. Well, what's the process? We explain to them how it works. You know, usually we have the insurance come out, we look at the roof, we help you go through the process to get your roof replaced. The other thing is, like, you know, people have questions about deductibles. How long does it take to get the job done? And what's the process in installation? You know, we take pride. We do a catch-all system. We basically put a net all around your house because customers have had their roof replaced several times and it's scuffing the siding. Well, we prevent all that. We make sure that it's done correctly to where it's not another headache. It's not another siding damage, you know, than what's going on with the house.
Yes, and so many people, they see their house getting torn apart. They want to know that this thing's going to get put back together, but you've got the whole thing. Because nails getting left out on the ground, all those things, that net helps circumvent a lot of the issues there. Charlie, what's the biggest question people have for you? They'll say, all right, I want to donate to you, but tell me where this money's going or what you're doing with it. What do people ask you?
People ask me how they can help. So we're always looking for volunteers. Like I said, we have no payrolls or salaries. So all the money directed towards the St. Louis Hero Network goes into promoting, you know, first responder and veteran businesses and helping, you know, like I said before, first responder and veteran families that fall on hard times. So, you know, we produce videos, reels, you know, blogs, social media content for first responders and veterans, as well as, you know, we offer a marketplace via our website, stlheronetwork.com, for education, employment, you know, events for the community and first responder and veterans alike.
Well said, and a lot to help make a difference on our little planet here. Cesar, tell me, what gives you the most satisfaction about what you get to do here? Supporting organizations, but helping families and building roofs and helping houses. People, 2 tornadoes last year. What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, it makes me feel happy that, you know, our company's making an impact in the community to make sure we can get those roofs closed up as soon as possible. If storms happen, we're there to tarp their property. You know, we work everything we have. You know, we work hard for it, and we want to make sure we take pride. And if the storm comes by, you can give us a call, and we'll make sure it's covered before it gets damaged.
Charlie, is there something you'd like to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, you just hit the nail on the head. I figured it'd come up earlier. I just want to tell Cesar, you know, wholehearted thank you for helping our community get through those tornadoes and giving them, you know, service and integrity that they deserve when they've fallen on their hardest times. Also, you know, all the work you've done in the community. We recently did a donut thing where we gave out a bunch of free donuts. That was amazing community gathering. But more so, you know, particularly in the St. Louis Hero Network, you know, thank you for supporting our first responders and veterans. We really appreciate it, and you know, showing up for those who protect and serve our community means the world to us.
No, it's an honor to be part of it, and I want to appreciate you. Thank you for having us be part of it. You know, we want to keep on doing what we're doing, and the more of us get together and do it as a community, it gets bigger, quicker, and we can support everybody fast. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, Cesar.
Thanks, guys. Stay tuned, everybody. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.